Hi, I'm Rico.
And I'm Jordan, and we're from the Decamany.com.
And we're here today to do an unboxing of our latest animated spells deck of level 1.
Let's crack these suckers open.
So here's the start of level 1. We've got Entangle.
This was one of the first ones that got animated, I think.
Yeah.
Like once we finally started getting into the production line. And it's a bunch of tangling vines all wobbling all over the place. A lot of wobbling in these cards. Alarm. This one was pretty much nailed from the beginning.
Actually, well, we had a version that had a Minotaur waiting at the bar, and he was getting notified of someone tripping an alarm.
Yeah.
But it didn't really convey the...
There was too much of a story that you had to get across there.
Yeah.
And this ended up being a lot simpler, but also very evocative of bells ringing. So I think they did a great job there.
Animal friendship. Who doesn't want more pets?
Yeah. These guys, this is the meanest rabbit I think you'll ever meet, because basically it looks like it's going to bite your face off. And
Have you seen Monty Python's Holy Grail?
Okay, second meanest rabbit, yeah.
Okay, we got Bane, a Bloody Moon.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to pair Bane and Bless against each other, since they are the opposite sides of the coin. So you'll notice on Bless they have a similar kind of layout. Yeah, this one's the Dripping Blood Moon. Kind of, I guess, like a little bit of Link, or the
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, you know, Bad Moon Rising.
I got Bless. This one's his son invigorating everyone.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You got Burning Hands. Thankfully, you can touch this card.
Yeah, that's right. It won't burn your hands, but it'll burn your enemies' faces.
Why do you call it Burning Faces?
Well, no, you have burning hands, but it's complicated.
Okay.
D&D's complicated.
Yeah, still learning. Charm Person.
Again, this is another, early on we didn't want to show as many, we were trying to avoid having like the actual target of the spell in it. And so we were trying to do some sort of meta stuff, and this is like a heart. The emotional part of the person being controlled by the charm person.
Color Spray. This was actually a favorite of many people.
Yeah, Cool Albin did this. Again, it was one of the earliest ones after we finally got going. This is when we were giving them away at PAX Unplugged, like that was one of the most popular ones. And you can see why. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. Rainbow all the way over the card.
Now following the Charm, we have Command.
Yeah, so Charm Person takes over your heart, and Command takes over your mind. And that's why the sort of chain similarities there.
Now I got Comprehend Languages.
So this again is a difficult one to convey. There's no physical effect really on the person, so we just have a book flipping and the language, the text changing as the pages flip. Turned out pretty good.
Got Create or Destroy Water.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little splooshy effect going on.
More sploosh.
This one's Cure Wounds. And so 3 wounds being like sutured magically.
Yeah, magically sutured up, and then it's paired against cause wounds. What's it called?
Probably.
Make wounds.
We'll see it too.
The hurt one, the one where you get hurt. Inflict wounds. Inflict wounds. That's right.
Detect evil and good.
Yeah. This again, trying to figure out how that would look, and now we've got kind of this cool transition between angel and demon.
Detect magic. Who would have thought this vase was so powerful?
Yeah, exactly. It turns out it's a real magical vase. Yeah, all of these things that are kind of, you cast them and you're from the point of view, it was difficult to figure out stuff, but I think we did all right with some of the tougher ones here.
Detect poison and disease.
I think you had the idea for this one, and it turned out pretty good.
It's called dripping
Yeah.
poison and...
Some of them, you know, like that's, all of this effect of the spell is all happening internally, but we needed something kind of cool, and this one turned out really sinister looking.
I got Disguise Self.
Mm-hmm.
So this one turned out really well. You know, a collage of people's faces being merged together as you try to disguise who you are.
Reminds me of someone cutting bits out of magazines to try and assemble their perfect boyfriend or girlfriend, I guess. I don't know.
Is that what you did, Jordan?
Well,
Still
no.
do. Divine Favor.
Yeah. A lot of like holy spells involve just your weapon being blessed to do more damage, which doesn't sound holy at all, but
It's got a good radiance feel to it.
really warm glow.
Okay. Expeditious Retreat.
When you need to get out of there real fast. It's a guy zipping around
Yep.
different parts of the card.
Left, right, center. Now we got Fairy Fire.
This is targeting something to make sure that nothing in the area can be made invisible. Or if it is invisible, you can see it. Starting in over here.
Okay, we got False Life. Got a little Necromancer's Hand there.
Yep, getting the... What does it do? Gives you some temporary hit points. Yeah.
Featherfall.
A falling feather. We didn't want to reinvent the feather on this one, so we went with that.
This one's Find Familiar. He was in your bowl of cereal all along.
Yeah, really another nice one from Mengher. The new kind of dragon, bird, phoenix type thing.
Pseudo Dragon.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Floating Disc.
You know, this spell gets made fun of a lot, but I make sure every one of my wizards has it, and it carried
Good
a
effect.
weird squid monster in our last game. So who's laughing now?
Fog Cloud.
Yeah. This one you kind of want to look at closer to see more of the details, but it is a swirling cloud of fog.
Okay, so now we're on to our batch of spellcraft cards.
Yeah, so these cards are actually blank on, or fill in the blank on the back, so you can actually create your own spells, or if a spell isn't represented here, you can fill it in yourself.
So this one has some magical music being like
Yeah,
cut down.
kind of like it could be used for bard spells.
Okay, we've got a blasting effect that's being reflected by a shield.
Yeah, or it could be being absorbing it or something like that. Good old-fashioned, just powerful-looking lightning bolt.
Some bolt effect. Make
Yeah.
all the bolts you need. This one's kind of cool. It's got these little green ghosts
Yep.
being sucked in, pushed out.
Yep.
You choose.
Shooting out of the top of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And
All the
there's
Slimers.
Yeah. Anything you need.
I got this pulsing portal.
Could be used for any number of swirling vortexes.
All the swirling vortexes. And then we've got this mark.
Yeah, like a targeting spell.
What's your target? Anyways, so that's the end
awesome.
of Volume 1. Stay tuned for Volume 2. This is Volume 2 of Level 1, starting with Thunderwave.
Knock down your friends, knock down your enemies, knock everybody down.
Now that one's actually one we had a lot of difficulty with, actually.
Yeah, it was difficult to represent that effect without, because it's a spell that mass destroys a bunch of things, and we don't have a lot of room on the card, so it turned out good.
Now we have Goodberry.
Yeah.
This one actually was one of my favorites. It's so simple, but it's like these 3 berries that just keep on, like,
getting eaten by an invisible force.
you always never be hungry. Now I got Grease.
Yeah, this one's cool.
Gloopy.
Very gloopy. Very gloopy.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Guiding Bolt. This one has a bolt that is being guided to a target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
Being
lights it up so you can make it easier to hit.
Healing Word.
A lot of the healing spells have sort of this mystical, glowing light effect. We wanted this one to have some travel to it, since the word has to travel to the person that is being healed. So the swirl effect on this is really good.
Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, a little ring of flames shoots up around your enemy.
Ring of Fire.
Yeah, they fall into a ring of fire. This is Johnny Cash's favorite spell.
Heroism.
So again, this one, how do you illustrate someone being emboldened, like to be strong and feel strong? And so a beating heart that's like glowing with energy. Really like the animation on this. I think
caffeine.
Or it could be caffeine, yeah, too much caffeine. I think it's Giovanni
Baruto.
Yeah, did that one. Did a few of the early spells.
I got Hideous Laughter.
This one is just disturbing to look at. Just that Joker grin. It's terrifying.
Hunter's Mark.
There you go. Sam Allen animated a lot of the things that have these glyph type effects on them. He just is very good at these types of things, and Hunter's Mark, this is what we landed on for it. So it's got some cool like leaf effects and such.
Identify.
This was inspired by
DBZ.
Dragon Ball Z. I mean, you put the this one was being animated during the Kickstarter, if I remember correctly, because we were about to hit level 3, or we were about to hit a new level, and we wanted to show off some previous stuff, and so I remember this one being in works. So
yeah. So illusory script.
there you go.
Beware.
Before you want to send a secret message to somebody
Or spook them.
or spook them, blood letters.
Now, inflict wounds.
There you go. We saw in the previous half, the first half, cure wounds, and so inflict wounds is kind of the opposite. It's those injuries being made.
Okay, we've got jump.
You know, for your love. This is a cricket jumping. It's also the physical material component for the spell is a cricket, I think.
Hind leg of a grasshopper.
The hind leg of grasshopper. There you go. So it all kind of makes sense thematically.
Now we got long strider.
Yeah, we went with kind of the flash kind of effect. Someone moving really fast and got lightning feet.
Okay. Mage armor.
This one I thought might be too simple, but it looks really cool on the card, I think. It has this really neat ghostly glow that, and you can kind of imagine it shimmering over top of the wizard, but it turned out really good.
Magic missile.
This is one that had to look really cool because it's one of the classics, and I think that's a Darren Bird animation.
Yep.
Yeah, and he did a good job swirling around. In my games, I let my players decide what their magic missile looked like, but so we went with just kind of the classic Nerf dart.
What does yours look like?
I don't think Walter's got magic missile. It's not explodey enough for him.
Okay.
His fireball looks like a big ball of fire, though.
Okay, we got protection from evil and good. It's a hand being trapped.
Oh yeah, that was a cool one where it's sort of reaching forward.
Grasping.
Yeah. This one is really, really nice. Another one. The concept is your idea, I think.
Purify food and drink.
This is another early one. We were showing this one off, I think, on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And it's cool. The transition's great. The food goes from rotten to pure.
Back to rotten really
Back
quickly.
to rotten really quickly. Yeah, you gotta eat fast.
Okay, we got sanctuary.
This one's a little subtle. It'll be easier to see when you're looking at it close up, but there's a bunch of arrows that are flying at her, and they're just narrowly missing her.
Okay, now we got shield.
Another really classic wizard spell. This one has a bit of a sci-fi look to it, but it's still pretty cool. The shimmer on the shield is really nice.
And we got shield of faith.
So if you don't want a secular shield, you want a religious shield, you've got the shield of faith. Just another cool effect. Glowing, radiant energy protecting you.
Now we got silent image.
So this is an illusion spell. We wanted to kind of go with the puppet imagery. So it looks like a goblin's there, but it turns out it's fake. And so we're just showing the
Just Pinocchio.
undercarriage, the goblin Pinocchio underneath.
Now we got asleep.
Not much to say. It's a cute little cat sleeping.
Little?
Well, he's big, but he sleeps like a cute little cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speak with animals. I like this one.
Yeah, this hamster or mouse has a lot that they need to convey. Unfortunately, they can only speak in Sims talk and float the images above their head. But yeah, I like this worried little guy. He's cute.
Unseen servant.
This guy is really... he looks real decked out. He looks like... I love the chain around his neck and stuff. He just seems like the most gangsta ghost of all time. With this spell, you don't actually see the servant. It's literally unseen, but we couldn't just have a floating chest like we do on a bunch of other spells, so we went with this kind of surly-faced helper.
Okay, now we're on to the spellcraft cards for this deck. First one is a mace that is, or morning star, sorry, smacking into some ice.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of cool, really. Could be an ice shield of some kind, or...
We got a brain pulsing with blue energy.
Yep, or it could be like glass shards shooting out of the brain. I don't really know. It's
That
up
would
to you.
really hurt.
It would. Don't recommend it.
Now we got this magical ball of...
And different kinds of energies.
Yeah.
It's cool. Whatever it is, it's cool.
Thanks, Jordan.
Well, I mean...
Now we got this arrow that is splintering.
Yeah. kind of a machine gun arrow or whatever you want to call it.
And our final one is a golden mitt smacking the ground with force and energy.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and it's definitely not a reference to any recent Marvel films.
Nope.
That we wouldn't do that.
Okay, and so that's volume 2 of level 1. So thanks again for tuning in to our unboxing of the animated spells. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out our other videos.
Thanks.